Welcome to a new video on Assetto Corsa. Haven't done a video on it in a while, and I haven't driven it in a while, but there's been some new free content. Two pieces of it are visible right now. The beautiful Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale, or 33 Stradale, and Laguna Seca, which is a classic American track. And yeah, I could just, try to go quickly in this car, and many people would laugh at my feelings. So I have something else planned today. I'm driving stick shift because I'm European. I'm driving stick shift basically since day one, since I got my license at 18. So for 17 years, I drive stick shift in real life, and I'm sim racing since Jeff Crammon's Grand Prix 2, so since the mid to late 90s. But there's one skill that I did not manage to acquire yet, which is heel and towing. Now, what is heel and towing? If you want to go slower, if you want to decelerate, usually you apply brakes. See, that's why I have the nice camera set up for my pedals. That's how you go slower. And if it's automatic, that's all you need to do. If you got or rather when you're racing, you basically use left foot braking. So this is how you brake, this is how you accelerate, and this is how you go through corners. But with a stick shift, you have a third pedal, a clutch. And if you want to go slow with a clutch, usually brake, clutch in, apply gear, clutch out. Again. Wait a sec. I was using this in the wrong direction, but you get the gist of it. And yeah, this works while driving ordinarily and conservatively, no problem. But once you start to race and want to quickly shed off some speed, it might unsettle the car, especially if you want to use engine braking in addition to your discs or drums, depending on the car. And that's what heel and towing is for. And heel and towing goes like this. You brake, clutch in, shift down, and apply gas while you while you release the clutch. Apply gas, shift. And that's why it's called heel toe, because your heels are on the brake and your toes, or the ball of your foot is on the brakes, and the heel is applying the gas, or the side of your foot. And I can't do it. It's actually quite an involved process motorically, and yeah, doing that is pretty neat. That's also pretty neat. But then that's just one step too much for my brain. So I'm trying to practice it now a little bit and see how it goes. And stall the car right away. Listen to that sound. Okay. The blip was a bit long, but that was a successful heel and tow. So I'm not going for a record time. That wasn't successful. Damaged my drive train there. Okay, this is going to be interesting. That was a misshift, and yeah, I didn't actually get enough gas. So I didn't really flip the throttle Oh no, that was bad. Could have heel and tilted right there, then and there. And yeah, still damaging the drivetrain, but one lap down, and the process gets easier and easier each time we do it. Okay, so I think my problem was that I had with heel and towing that I was overthinking it and trying to consciously do the proper steps in the proper order, but I just noticed the less you think about it, the easier it is. I mean, I think there might be many pointers that I could get from you. But feels like I'm making progress. Oh, the corkscrew. Oh no 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 no! That was bad. Completely locked up. This car's so beautiful. Look at the leather. And yeah, I still really love Assetto Corsa's graphics. Okay. I guess this car really needs high revs. It's actually my first time driving it. Oh, okay, a bit oversteery there. Yeah, a bit early on the brakes and a bit early off the brakes, because it's really concentrating on a new set of movements as well as braking points and apexes on a track that I'm not too familiar with. I mean, I've raced it and I've driven it in many games, but still. But still, I'm not too confident on it. And yeah, that was a bad mixture of locking the front wheel and letting go of the clutch too early. Oopsie, bumped the tires there. So I'm not perfect at all in heel and towing. But it's actually pretty fun to do. And yeah, my drivetrain likes it as well. Starting to glow from happiness. But you really have to force yourself to do it, to learn it. Also, after a few laps I can advise getting some shoes, because the edge of the pedal really starts to dig into the foot. So, not advised for socks races, like I myself am. That was a good shift. I might be ruining my transmission here, but that's the price you pay for learning a new skill. Okay, well, I want to nail this one now. Why do I keep hitting 5th gear instead of 3rd? Yeah, nail it, nail it. That's how you do it, basically. Ideal line through here. Okay, can't even do burnouts now. Oh, it might be because it was uphill. And I successfully fried my suspension. Now, my transmission. So, having about a tank worth of laps under my belt. Forcing myself to use heel and toe. I have to say, I get more and more confident with each downshift, and I have an easier time keeping it together. And I can by now start to get to pay attention to braking points again. At least as long as I'm not talking as well as driving. And yeah, I think I failed to mention in the intro that you do it to rev match. And so that also means that you shouldn't over rev when heel and towing. Oh no, keep it together. Because that's really bad for your drivetrain, I found out. So just a slight blip to offset the about 1,200 rounds per minute of the downshift, in this car at least. And good to go. And yeah, if you don't heel and tow yet, as I did not do for quite a long while, I can only recommend trying to learn it. And yeah, I guess I'm still off pace using it, but oh wow, damaged the engine there a bit. Haven't done that in a long time, but still, it's pretty neat. And I love this track. Assetto Corsa, I think it looks really good. Love this car. It has a slight ringing on liftoff, which comes from where my wheel's at, and as my wheel's making funny noises, I thought at first it was the wheel. Oh, my steering wheel here. Which is also quite eerie and strange. And on that, I'm gonna end this video after this lap is done. I think it's the suspension that's doing the ringing. And on that, see you and good night.